It's about 1 by the time that you guys are leaving the park. About 1 for maybe 1:15. You're just calling for the nurses to ask for Catcher to show up, yeah?
Yeah, he doesn't expect her to show up, considering how big and important her job at the guild is.
Okay.
If anything, once he gets admitted, the first thing he's gonna tell probably Lily, because she's not like as hurt as us. Yeah, do me a favor. Go get me as many manuals on fairies and fake creatures in the guild library as possible. I need to do research.
I'll see what I can do.
And later, we see you admitted to Sunflower General Infirmary, as per the recommendation of the guild, as usual. And amongst the quiet din of Walter Shaw's premier healthcare provider, you hear a knock on the door that's light, yet still sharp.
If possible, she would absolutely come in through the window.
Okay. So then you would hear a knock from the window and a subsequent, "What the fuck?" Before skittering in.
Catcher absolutely takes that as an invitation and just skitters in.
Fucking what? Okay. Yeah. Oh, you're from the guild. Go speak to your boyfriend, fucking weirdo.
Jesus.
It's good to see you.
Yes. Not so good for you.
Yeah, doing the tiger thing twice a day is kind of taxing. I didn't explain this before, but I think it's kind of cool visually. Is that when Iska pushes himself too hard, especially when it comes to like the transformations, his body looks so freaking like disturbing. Like one of his arms is still a little bit longer than the other one.
Yeah, like really uncanny valley.
It's really just disturbing and weird to look at. So it's just like his body just needs to recover. So he's just sitting there and he's like, yeah, I'm going to need a lot of rest. But I had something on my mind that I needed to ask you right away.
She waits for a reply. Or she waits for the question, I should say.
So I ran into these two things. I don't really know what they are. They said that they were enchanted by some sort of fae. They were elves at some point, but they died. And the fae granted them some type of immortality, but they took bark from the tree that they were anointed the immortality on. And now they can just die and reform into dirt or wood. It's very weird. I imagine that while after he asks this question, he reaches over to like his side table there. With his left hand, he pulls out his little like monster like handbook manual that he writes in, and he begins to jot notes with his left hand.
You describe wieldlings, but that's not right. And I think she takes the book from him for a moment and just jots down whatever she knows about wieldlings. These are abnormal. Probably bound by their pact's effect, but not the rules. Here, and she just hands him the information that she does know, written in his thing in like in a spidery cursive.
Iska, you would see that Catcher has drawn up a sort of almost druidic diagram, explaining that the things that she mentioned, wieldlings, are sort of like mortal creatures that were revived by fae, but these ones that you mention seem to have broken their pact by removing the portion that they are tied to from the fae's domain. Essentially still being bound by the effects, in this case the revivification of the pact, but not by the rules of it. Therefore, they're not really disobeying if they're not in the fae's territory anymore.
I guess the main goal is to find their little piece that they are bound to and either removing it or sanctifying it. This is very useful. Thank you, Catcher. I promise that when I am feeling better, I will make us tea.
That would be wonderful.
I hate to take you from your post, but I really do appreciate it. I didn't want to just kind of gestures to himself. Show up.
She smiles, and give me a second. Yeah, and she, you're welcome anytime. And I can afford a day off to see you. And I think with that, she just leaves. She just walks out. Right out the window. Just skitters away.
You're fucking...
Eel's in the other room freaking out.
You two are so sappy, you know that? Are you even gonna say anything back to me? I've been speaking to you this whole time.
She's gone. She's fucking gone.
Fucking mean.
I'll be honest, she does that a lot to me too. I'm still trying to figure out what it means.
It's hurtful, you know? It feels like you're not being heard.
You'll be surprised. She's a very good listener.
I would be an even better awareness of how good a listener she is if she acknowledged the fact that she even heard me. To be fair with you, I'm sorry that you blew up or whatever.
Eel sees her skitter back, look through the window, smile at him, and then just leave.
Fucking centipede bitch.
Eels, I have question.
Yeah.
What is keeping you in here, people? I
You know,
thought you were discharged.
this separator is honestly, this is doing us no favors. Hold on. And you see him pop around the side. There, this is better. What did you say?
Still got the clown makeup.
Don't address it. It'll only make me angry.
I thought you were discharged. I'm surprised you're still here.
I'll be honest, I was waiting for you to show up.
For real?
You're cool, man. I don't know. Can I be real with you?
Of course, I am very real.
So am I. I'm so fucked when I leave this place. I was expecting you guys to say that I couldn't come with y'all, and you have no idea how little I am expecting to survive even with you guys around. But alone, zilch, Shazada, no way, no how. You see him like leans in the chair, goes back up, and he kicks his weird, scaly, bare feet on your bed. I understand that y'all just went through something pretty traumatic because you ain't speaking to me often since you got in here. And you're usually very annoying all the time. But I hope you know that I deeply appreciate your inclusion of my particularly criminal activities prior to my involvement with you. And as such, I am not leaving this place until you are discharged as well.
Eels, this means so very much to me. Now, I have a question to ask you, and you have to be honest with me.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to see something very weird?
Honestly, a little bit, yeah.
He pulls up his covers, and you see his weird, kind of like malformed body.
Oh, fucking gross.
This is what happens when I transform twice a day. It
Dude,
hurts
you wanna-
like hell,
You
and
want to
it
see
takes
some
me
shit?
like a week to recover.
Check this out. He pulls up one of his pant legs, and it's covered in hair, and he pulls up the other one, it's covered in scales. Isn't that fucking weird?
I don't know how to process this information.
Yeah, I'm a freak.
This is very interesting. I'll be honest, I was not expecting to run into something like this.
Hey, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. He comes over to you and puts his hand on your shoulder. We're a freak.
We are very freaky Friday.
Yeah. Anyway, I got tired of looking your face. Anything else?
Just one more thing. I have
Yeah.
something I must warn you about.
Yeah.
He just kind of reaches over and honks the horn. The red nose.
Why did it get fucking higher pitched?
He
No, but-
stares at you, and he smiles before very quickly taking it off and putting it back on, and says, "They'll never believe you," and then walks back around the corner.
I would like to say, before we start, is that she does get into the library, but she can't check out books. It's just not allowed. So
Yeah.
she can't get the books for him, whatever. We don't even have to necessarily roleplay that. That can just be off stream. But I imagine that, like, they're pretty protective of their magical tomes of wisdom. So, you know. I imagine this is, like, maybe a day afterwards. She's a little healed up. She's a little bit better. So I think she's going to the guild to talk to someone about requisitioning a certain item.
Okay. Where would you say that you would requisition this? I guess front desk. Yeah. Yeah. You would arrive at the guild, walking past through a lot of the very quiet but still yet busy scenery. You go from the entrance through, around, and as you walk
I imagine
towards-
that there's like almost a somber silence just from the fact that there was just a bombing. Like,
Mhm.
there's not a lot of talk. It's still busy, but there's not a lot of talk or like crazy antics that go on that normally go on. That's the way
Absolutely.
I imagine it. Yeah. Excuse me. I've
Um,
been voice acting for 5 hours.
and imagine how I feel.
Right?
over at the desks, you see that there are very few receptionists around. The other ones just I don't need to place tokens for. But you see over in the corner the older auto frame Gamma. You see 1 or 2 lion folk, and stepping forward, you see Dispo over at one of the central consoles.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of casually walk up. I'm in no hurry. I am after yesterday. I'm in no hurry. And I'm like, hey, Dispo.
Oh, hello. Yes. How are you doing today, Lele?
I survived, so there's that.
There is that.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could requisition a badge for a certain detective.
Oh, we.
He's in the hospital right now, so I figured I'd come do it for him.
I see. Okay. Would you be willing to fill out this paperwork just for the extra requisitioning?
Requisition form B48 or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it's rather long. I'm sorry. And you see him pull out from under one of the desks a very cluttered stack of paper, which he pulls out like 7 slips from, and it's not even complicated sign work. It's just like the checker of this document recognizes that
I'm
you
sorry.
have the demonstrated competency to check out this piece of equipment requisitioned by the Jacks. To agree to this term, please
Yeah.
sign the following 7 boxes, initial in the following 20, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, before we continue, Reese just messaged me as like, Richard gets a get well gift from Iska. I survived the Soontown bombing and all I got was this shirt.
They really, really worked fast on that product.
It's a Kelpie main product. They always work fast.
The DM has a regnomancy too, right?
You don't have to spend a regnomancy to make that canon. You're the DM.
That's canon. That's canon. I was adjacent to the Kelpie main, to the Soontown bombing, and all I got was this crappy t-shirt. Yeah.
There's really no chairs or desks around here, so she just kind of takes the form, and she just has to like sign 7 times and initial like 10 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she just goes through it quick, signing, initialing, signing, initialing.
It's soul grinding work, but eventually
It's
you're able
work.
to finish the 3 to 7 double-sided sheets, however many I said, I forget.
7.
The
Seven double. Oh my god.
I always say 7 because I'm bad at imagining numbers. As you go through it, you see the notions of if you are filing for a investigatorial badge with specified name, please check here and write what name you wish to have on the badge.
I write in there, Richard, quote, light show, unquote, Lumiere.
All right. And handing it back to Dispo, he reads over it for a second and says, "Oh, very good. Okay. Oh, that's a saucy name. Oh, because of the bombing. I understand.
Yeah, because of the bombing, yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. Are you sure that's in good taste? It literally happened today."
It's less of a joke and more of a title. I find, I mean, this is my personal opinion, but I find kind of embracing something like that helps you to kind of get over it.
Yeah, if you say so. I've never been bombed before. And he will take the papers and he will take it through to the back archives to get it processed and a custom one printed in like 20 minutes or so.
She just like sits down at this root and waits.
Yeah. And as you sit back on one of the roots, I think you would see coming around the corner a familiar face as coming around from the roots would appear one Araborn monk who says, "I see you are not dead.
I am not.
Are the others dead?"
They are not. Barely. They're barely alive, but they're alive.
"I see. I was fired.
What for?
I think for maybe... It was probably the fact that I destroyed the entire ride I worked at.
That'll do it, yeah. That'll do it.
I was just so angry that they fired the small man who hired me."
You do know he hired a criminal organization to cause some ruckus, and that opened into a bombing because of some angry people.
"But he is small. He cannot help it.
It's kind of right.
You are big. You would know better. He is but a child."
Oh.
He's not a child, Money. He's a dwarf. He was probably about 163 years old or something.
That explains why he had a company.
Yes, Money. I love Money so much.
Oh, do you want to see Change again?
I thought Change was dead.
He was, and then he resurrected to kill the thing that killed him, which turned out to be Dime.
And it went.
Yes, I would like to see Change again.
She holds up the same little copper-colored mouse, but this time it's got a scar over one eye, and its eyes are glowing red.
Punished Change.
I am now calling him Returned Change.
Oh, that gives a whole new meaning to the name Snake Eater.
Oh shit! Oh.
This was important dialogue that was required to happen.
It was.
No, I agree. I love you, Change. I hope you're having a good day. She kind of looks at him.
It squeaks and does a little dance.
I love Change so much. Change is my favorite NPC.
Now, anyway, I've been told by the small dirt boy that I have to go and help him refurbish, she says with heavy air quotations. Let me know if you require my assistance again.
All right.
If you get bombed once more, I shall punch the bomb and kill it.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Goodbye.
She walks through the plants.
Lily
back
is
to the door.
legitimately just holding back laughter the whole time because it's Money.
And just as she leaves, Dispo comes back. We had it on rush order, apparently. Not many things going through after all of the bombs.
And the raids,
India,
yeah.
he hands you a small little paper wrapped parcel with requisitions for the Jack's Guild and a little stamp of the Jack's Guild emblem.
I go ahead and just like steal a pen from the desk quick and just write. For Richard, from Lily. Your badge may be
Cool.
gone, but your detective's intuition is not.
And he will
And I hand
nod,
the pen back.
giving you the parcel properly and taking the pen. He will say, "Is there anything else? I
No.
believe we will be putting up more request forms soon. If you are intent on returning to duty after 2 rather heavy missions, but whenever you get the chance, just come back and we will have much more jobs to do, hopefully with less bombs."
Hopefully. Thank you very much, Dispo. I'm gonna be on my way now. And
Have
she just
a
kind of like
beautiful night, he says very robotically, trying to like...
she just like awkwardly steps backwards a couple feet and then just turns around and walks away.
Would you like me to look away while you are walking away?
She's already walking.
Okay, that is fine.
And yeah, she makes her way out and onto the street towards Sunflower General.
And as we go over to Sunflower General, Richard, you were in rather dire straits. Obviously, you were on death's door. Even if you didn't go unconscious, you felt several times that you might. I want you to tell me, do you believe that you would have allowed the doctors to check your body?
That's actually a good question. Let me think. I think what I'd do is I'd wrap a bandage around my arm and also wrap bandages around my face, like in a certain area. And I'd lie and I say, "Oh yeah, another doctor came," or it's like, "Oh, one of the nurses wrapped it up. It's fine. It's just a few scratches and stuff. It's just to keep it clean and everything."
All right, give me a deception check.
All right. Nat 20.
See, I told you, drama luck.
Yeah, you sit on the bedside and the nurse looks at you. Yeah, that makes sense. I know that the attending physicians should be a little intrusive, but just let me get a check of your pulse and we'll get out of your hair.
Yeah, I give him my right arm, obviously, not the left one.
The nurse takes your sort of wrist and feels for a pulse for a second.
What's wrong?
Brings a finger to your neck. I'm sure it's nothing. If the other doctor said nothing. Oh, well.
No.
Sort of stares at you for a second.
What's wrong? What'd you hear?
Oh, nothing. Sorry. Yeah, no, I didn't feel a pulse, but that's whatever. If the other doctor found you, then that's fine. Have a good one. And, he walks out of the care room to leave you alone.
I kind of just sit there, like thinking, no. And I put my fingers up to my neck to where my artery is to see if I can feel anything.
There is no pulse. You feel that same grinding and croaking and expansion in your broken ribcage, your broken torso. Something is stitching you back together. It's not stitching you back the way that you were.
I need to find this fucker. I need to find him right fucking now.
Every time you come into my fucking room, you're always whining about this and that and whatever else. Can't you just have a little more consideration for your elders? Oh my fucking god.
Leaning over with crutches, Patrick leans very hesitantly as he's still very much covered in bandages and sits down in the chair next to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you the one that was bombed right in front, like right there? About, what was it, like
No.
5 feet away from a bomb?
Were you the one who was stabbed individually several times to save you?
You're really gonna compare pain right now?
Yeah.
Do you want to know how many scars I have on my chest? Are the scars still there?
Yeah, show them to me, tough guy.
The scars are not there.
You just see, like, Richard is, he's visibly starting to, like, be shaken by this. And, like, oh yeah, Patrick already knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just see, like, the look of fear, and, like, the urgency in his eyes and the fear, and it's like, I don't have a pulse anymore. I don't have a pulse.
Okay, so he sort of leans back in the chair a little bit. Let me get this straight. You're distressed about the fact that you don't have a pulse, and the fact that you're distressed about it doesn't relieve you?
If I don't have a pulse, then what's keeping my blood flowing right now?
I don't know. I don't even really know how blood works through the normal vascular system.
You're such a dumbass.
You're changing. Everyone does. What, you never hit puberty, you fucking weirdo? Just here.
Yeah, I don't think puberty usually leads to you being a little bit of a safety hazard when you're magnets.
Whatever. The end of the day, you are changing.
Not by choice.
That's the way it's gonna fucking be. Yeah.
Not unless I get him and make him fix me.
Did you get any leads?
Almost. The P Wizard, he had some intel on the guy, but unfortunately...
Fucking what?
P as in, like, pea soup. Fucking degenerate.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know what? I can't even be mad. I thought the same thing first, too.
Hey,
He had something, I think, but unfortunately, he disappeared with the... What was it called? A dimension door or something?
did you, like, check your pockets? Stupid wizard types like that tend to just, like, leave shit with you.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll just leave shit in my pocket.
You find a little note inside your pocket.
Fucking damn it.
They're the same as me, dude. I've been in this biz for so long, you can't even... Wizards are the most annoying type of fucking spellcaster, because they have this whole veneer of like, oh, mysticism, I do magic, oh, like as if no one else can, and it just leaves them to do stupid shit like grand escapes and like killing themselves only to reappear later. It always anticipate whenever you find a wizard, they're gonna do some bullshit.
Okay, I kind of want to start reading the note now.
One last thing. You know the magic spell contingency? One of those, you study Arcana, right?
Yeah.
Wizards made that shit so that they can get away with stupid things. Read your note.
I open the note and I start reading.
Dear Richard, if you're reading this, I might be dead. Winky face. I looked into that thing you told me to look into, winky face, and didn't find a whole lot. However, I did remember that the main piece of information I heard that from was somewhere around the secret hideout of the coward's contacts. Now, if I tell you that the place is centered specifically within a isolated portion of the forest at these following coordinates, I will get in big trouble. So that's why I'm only telling you what they are, so that you don't go to look at them. Capiche, winky face? 754-437-2284535. You'll figure it out. See you when you get here. Kisses. Abacadif Getchko Manop Kirstuv Wix is.
I think I just got a lead.
What? You some kind of... You gonna cry?
No.
Gonna cry now?
No. Hey, I need you to do me a favor. I can't get out of this bed. By chance, could you get me like a candle, like one of those good scented ones, and like a
There's one next to you.
Oh, is there?
Spaz.
I didn't even see that.
Right here.
Oh, I didn't. I thought that I didn't see that. I my bad. I appreciate it. Thank you. Do
You're
you have
welcome.
like something to light that with? The only thing I got is my taser hands, and that doesn't really.
It is literally lit.
Oh.
It's lit, bro.
I'm gonna be real. That I'm not gonna lie. That explosion kind of rocked my brain a little. Sorry.
Did you lose your sense of sight? Oh my god.
No,
Okay, yeah.
it's I fucking
He comes up to you, and he will put on your shoulder a sort of like affirming claw hand. That's still ruffled with feathers. Aviani all have sort of like weird wing claw hands.
Yeah.
And he sort of shakes you up a bit, looks into your real eye, trying to intentionally avoid eye contact with your mechanical one,
Yeah.
and says,
Listen, okay, I understand that we're having a whole heart-to-heart and whatever. Throw out all of the father nonsense, alright? You're a good detective, and even if you blew up or whatever, you'll still get them next time, huh?
Yeah.
Adventurers don't ever get lost. They never get stumped. What do they get?
They get the job done.
Yes.
That wasn't
An adventurer never gets lost. They only get sidetracked. Now,
getting that. I'm sorry.
It's-
That was
it's
actually
a-
just me. Probably
it's
would-
part of the summer camp. I understand.
I think I don't know. Richard probably would remember, but I'm an idiot. So
It's fine. Get it done. If you have a lead, then follow that. If not, then stop complaining. I'm gonna go lie down because my bones are in terrible pain still.
Richard looks over at the candle and he licks his fingers. He was about to do it with his left hand, but he cuts off the candle and then he puts it in his inventory.
you now have a candle. Reading the coordinates, give me a very quick history.
4.
You look at it and you recognize that they are coordinates, and you don't really remember how to read coordinates just flat out, because I think that's sort of superhuman, especially for a place that you don't know. However, you do get the distinct impression, given how these are relative coordinates, not coordinates to, like, assuming that he gave this to you at the park, relative to Soontown, these coordinates will shoot you a direction on the map where you can go to determine more answers for this. And yeah, you're sitting in bed. You have a lead.
I write it down because I don't want to risk losing it. Come in.
And coming through, Lily, you walk through the
I
doors.
can't see, by the way. Through my... Oh, there it is. There it is. I can see now. Lily kind of just like awkwardly shuffles up and with something like a paper package in her hand, and just kind of like looks side to side, doesn't know what to say.
Hey, Lily.
Hi. Hello. I'm not good at conversations.
It's fine.
Here, and she just kind of like hands you the paper bag.
I look inside and I'm assuming it's the badge.
It's a little stylized badge for a detective working under the Jack's Guild in Conway Mouse that says Richard Light Show Lumiere. Accredited detective or something like that.
Damn, you really don't know. You really don't let a joke sit.
It's less of a joke and more of a like title. I thought it would be kind of like, you know, you're cool because you survived a bomb. You're tough, you know.
Fair enough.
In the back of your mind, Lily, disposed words ring true for a moment.
I know. She's like, she's sweating a little bit. She's like,
Fuck.
He might have been right. He might have been right.
Trust me, it's fine. We made jokes about the fucking amount of guts we saw on that last bomb, like not even 5 minutes after.
That's concerning, but also fair.
To be fair, my ears were still ringing, so I was kind of in shock.
I figure that your badge is probably kaput after the bomb, along with the rest of your suit. So
I'm not gonna lie, there was no badge by the end of it, and I'm pretty sure a piece of it went inside me as shrapnel.
That sounds horrible.
Lily, about what you saw
What did I see?
at the bomb when you were picked,
What
when
do
you
you
were fixing
mean?
me up.
She gives you a meaningful look. What did I see?
You saw a mistake I'm gonna fix, so
I didn't see nothing.
fair enough. We have somewhere to go once I'm all healed up if you'd be willing to help me with the thing
When
you
that
didn't
time
see.
comes, I'll do what I can, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah. And she just kind of like awkwardly plays with her hands. She's just like,
How's Dispo?
He is swamped with work, as expected, after a bombing and
When
a
is he
raid.
not?
True.
And do you check on little Richie for me?
Yeah, no, I can go do that.
Oh, thank you. Tom, I'm sorry I'm gonna be out of the room for a little while, but I'll be back there as soon as I can.
I'll give him your pay for the next few weeks or so.
Yeah. Thank you. So, how are you feeling after that whole shebang, you know?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Can I roll-
am fine.
can I
She
roll
rolled a
ins-
6. She's absolutely lying.
Yeah. Lily, if you need to talk about it, it's fine.
You know what? Roll me a persuasion, DC 13.
18.
I think she like looks at you for a second, and like you see her inside just debating, and then like for a moment her mask just cracks. We got bombed, and I don't know who the bad guy is anymore. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I kind of sit up a little bit, but obviously I can't do too much because the ribs. But like, I was a detective in Helvero for about 8 years before I had to go. 8, 9, man, the time just flies. Throughout that time, I've learned it's not just as simple as someone is the good guy, someone's the bad guy. There's always something. There's always other reasons, variables, everything. Well, who was the real bad guy there? Was it the birds? Or was it the bird girls, the bird bitches that almost killed me? Yeah, to some extent. But you have to take into consideration the fact that they were literally forced to stay at work while their sister was being buried. And then you have to consider the boss, Forger. Was he a bad guy? Was he a bad guy? Yeah, kind of an asshole. But like, asking your worker to stay for another day because you're pressed for time and you might lose your job, they might lose their job, everyone might lose it, even if it's something so bad. Granted, wrong, but it's not like you didn't do it for nothing.
I'm more talking about intentions. I was taught that you should never put the citizens at risk. That is the way it should be. And I think you see like her sweating again as she's trying to, as she just like remembers something that you don't see. But he made a stupid decision, but he didn't actively try to put him. It's a lot to process, I guess.
It is. People make decisions without thinking about the consequences of them. That's the problem. Sometimes you're not a bad guy. You just make bad choices.
Fair. And I think she just takes a moment to, like, recenter herself and just breathe.
Yeah. So, how's Eos doing? I haven't seen him since I've kind of been stuck in the bed.
No clue. Him and Isco were asleep when I went to visit.
You would hear through the wall,
You motherfucker! I cannot believe you with this shit! No, go, come on!
and that's all you hear.
See, they're having a good time. Becoming closer and closer friends, I see. I'm a little wary about Eels. He seems a little shady, but I'm sure he'll be fine. What do you think, Lily?
I mean, he wants money and wants to protect himself. At least he's easy to read.
Fair enough. It's been a long day.
Lily, are you looking at Richard, or are you looking out the window? What are you doing?
I think she's still looking at Richard. While she hasn't really fully opened up to them, they almost all died together the other day. That's a bond that cannot be broken very easily. There's something there now. There's like true camaraderie, something that they share.
Yeah. Hey, Lily.
Yeah.
Did you bring any food for me? I'm kind of hungry. They haven't fed me all that much here.
She smiles devilishly and hands you a piece of jerky.
I would rather have you pulled the bomb out of your chest instead of that.
It's funny though.
Fuck you. I take the jerky and I just start fucking eating it.
The sun, as it starts to hang over the midday, it's been a long day and it's only halfway done. Arguably, it's not even fully gotten there yet. And through the trials and tribulations of each morning, afternoon, and night, we see two pairs of adventurers, all basking in the sun of the same day. At least you're past noon, huh?
Yeah.
It's something.
And that, I think, will close us out.
Rusted Boar Regnomancy is brought to you by Nevi Alden.
Siege Kirsten.
Reese Aldrich.
Bad God Leafy!
And viewers like you. Thank you.
Map and token assets created by 2 Minute Tabletop and Bad Goblavy.
All music used within the RBR podcast is used with explicit permission through a Creative Commons license or under fair use.
You may find them in the description below. Rusted Boar Regnomancy is produced by Levi, Nevi Alden,
and directed by Nevi Alden. Rusted Boar Regnomancy is published under a Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike 4.0 international license.
Rusted Boar Regnomancy is in no way affiliated with, supported, or endorsed by Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast.
We of the Rusted Boar crew earnestly hope you enjoy our production.
Brother.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, I just love playing catcher in general. But like I said, my biggest issue is, while I have a handle on her quirk mostly, because literally she was just on the spot character, and the quirk was a result of me having to improv dialogue face to face with Reese on the spot. I was able to turn that into like a character quirk. But my biggest issue with catcher is, motherfucker, I only get to play her like at most once an arc, so the voice just goes away.
Yeah. Goodbye, voice. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I look inside and I'm assuming it's the badge.
It's the badge.
It's a bomb.
Oh shit, not again!
You just made me spit on my mic.
Ah! Just throws it right out the window.
Ding, 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 ding.